A mother creates an entire TikTok account centered on being known as the brain cancer wife, only to later take the lives of her whole family. Her name is Emily Long, a 34-year-old woman living in New Hampshire alongside her husband Ryan. Together, they share three wonderful kids: Parker, who's 8, little Ryan, who's 6, and their youngest, just 3 years old. From the outside, their life appeared perfect: a close, loving family with adorable kids, seemingly living out the American dream. But that perfect picture shattered when they received heartbreaking news. Ryan was diagnosed with glioblastoma. Glioblastoma, if you're unaware, is an extremely aggressive form of brain cancer with a very low chance of survival. Overnight, Emily took on the role of a full-time caregiver, managing the home, raising the kids, and tending to her increasingly ill husband. She watched as Ryan's health declined to the point that he could hardly get out of bed. With Ryan unable to work, the family's financial struggles grew worse. Feeling the pressure build, Emily decided to join TikTok, maybe as an outlet to vent or find emotional support. She created an account under the name The Brain Cancer Wife and began posting raw, emotional updates about her reality. Her videos touched on everything: breaking the sad news, her children, her depression, and the exhaustion of being both caregiver and parent. Many people online related deeply to her, especially families going through similar cancer battles. To them, she became a genuine, trustworthy voice that offered comfort and honesty. But while Emily appeared to be a devoted, struggling wife online, she was hiding a dark and enormous secret. Authorities later discovered she had been stealing money from her job, and not a small sum. It was over $600,000 from the restaurant chain she worked for. Emily served as the company's director of operations, giving her access to financial records. Just a few days before the tragic events, her employer noticed large amounts of money missing and confronted her directly. He told her plainly, "I know there's money gone, and I know you're the one responsible." Instead of owning up to it, Emily denied everything. She even went so far as to forge fake bank statements to make it seem like she was innocent. Her boss didn't believe the falsified documents for a second. He told her, "All right then, we'll go to the bank tomorrow so they can verify it." Emily agreed without hesitation, saying there was no problem. But when the next day arrived, she never showed up. Instead, she sent a long resignation letter, still insisting she hadn't done anything wrong. Shockingly, even after resigning, she continued to siphon money from the company. So now Emily wasn't only a grieving wife or an overwhelmed mom, she was a suspected thief facing exposure. Then came August 18th, 2025, about 2 weeks ago, when something inside her completely broke. She picked up a loaded gun, walked into her home, and first turned it on her husband, Ryan. This was the man she had built her TikTok identity around, the one she claimed she was fighting so hard to save. Ryan, already weak from his illness, could barely hang on to life. She took from him the little time he had left with his kids. Then she went after Parker, her 8-year-old son, taking his life as well. It's heartbreaking to imagine that little boy, trusting his mother completely, only to face such horror. After that, she did the same to her 6-year-old Ryan Jr. When officers arrived, what they found was almost too horrific to describe. But in the middle of all that tragedy sat their 3-year-old child, alive and unharmed. That detail is what confuses everyone most. Why spare only one child? Of course, it's a relief the baby survived, but it's impossible to understand her reasoning. At first, many people, myself included, tried to find some empathy for Emily. After all, caring for a dying partner can emotionally and mentally destroy someone. Watching the person you love fade away while raising children and struggling financially is unbearable. But then the truth came out. She had been stealing money long before Ryan ever got sick. That means Emily wasn't acting out of desperation. She was already involved in crime years earlier. And when Ryan's illness began, instead of changing, she actually stole even more. The last bit of sympathy anyone might have had for her vanished when people realized why she did it. Emily made this monstrous choice only after getting caught. Her boss confronted her, and instead of facing the consequences, she decided to destroy everything. It was as if she thought, if I'm going down, everyone's coming with me. That's not grief or hopelessness. That's cold-hearted cruelty. And seriously, why drag innocent children into it? Why end the life of your already suffering husband, then leave one traumatized survivor behind? None of her actions make sense. They're beyond comprehension. But that's just my perspective. Maybe you see it differently.